is, you got to be patient with this book. It's 608 pages. It is. This thing is thick, very, very thick. This is 608 pages, man. It's fucking thick. But enough about this. It took me about a week to read. And I read really fast. But I'll start jumping into the story. Alright, so basically the plot is the government of Japan. Now this is set in an alternate universe, you can understand. The government of Japan basically takes these classroom of kids, drops them on an island, and tells them that they have to kill each other. That's it. Very easy. Now, more in depth about that is they're dropped in on an island. Now, this island is about 3 miles off the coast of Japan. This isn't a real place, it's fictional. But pretty much they're dropped on the island inside of a school, and this island used to be inhabited. The government vacated all the premises, so there's zones of different things. There's a residential area at the top left-hand corner of the island. There's a school area over here. There's big woods over here. There's a light tower over here. It's very, very intelligently designed, but it's all vacated, and basically people are kidnapped. Students were kidnapped for the experiment. There are 42 of them. Basically, they're kidnapped on their way to a field trip. The entire bus is gassed. The driver's wearing this gas mask. Knocked out. They're taken to this island. They're dropped into this classroom. It's where they all wake up, and they're basically told by this guy that you've been chosen for the experiment. And this guy's a big fucking prick. I hated him. Anyways, randomly, it's guy, girl, guy, girl, guy, girl, guy, girl. They're each given these bags. Now, in these bags, first they're given the instructions. Yes, you have to kill each other. 2, you'll notice you're all wearing these collars. What these collars do is that there are grids on the map. So just think of a grid on this island, and from information I've given you. Now each grid is about, I don't even know, I can't even properly describe the size of these grids, but just think it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you'll get the general idea. Anyways, he'll say, okay, once every, I think it's 3 hours, we're going to take a grid on this map, and we're going to sectionalize it off. Now, everybody on the island can hear these announcements, so it's fair. Basically, the grids go dark, and after that happens, these collars that they're wearing, if they're in that area for more than 5 minutes, their collars explode. Now, here's something you might be wondering. Can a person go inside the barrier after it happens? Hell yes. A person can go straight through the area so long as they're in and out by 5 minutes. Now you might also be thinking, what happens if I go to this area and then into another area that has black area going on? Each area has a different signal going on. So you can jump from each one so long as you're moving into different areas. The white areas, safe zones. So basically what they're trying to do is once they black out once they start blacking out the areas, they're going to push people together and make them kill each other. Now, what happens, I've already talked about black areas when they explode. Obviously, instant death. The school is automatically a black zone once they leave that school. Back into the classroom. He explains this. Then he does a demonstration, video feed demonstration of this. He basically wheels in a cart of katanas to submachine guns to crossbows to K-bars to AR-10s. It's fucking brilliant and terrifying at the same time. And that's basically the book. One more thing. One more rule that they have for the zones. After every 12 hours, it will be announced who's been killed within that 12-hour span, how many people are left, how many people died, and then if nobody dies within 24 hours, the experiment has failed and all of the collars explode. Now, something you might be thinking to yourself is, what happens, why can't they just leave the island? Well, if you go more than 100 feet out from the island, your collar will explode. The collars are tamper-proof, waterproof. You just smash them on a rock hard enough, it'll set off. This book goes insanely in-depth about all this stuff. You get there's probably like 7 main characters, each one with their own plots and their own motivations. They're very interesting, is the word I want to use, but they're also very scary and dark. It's very good. If you like horror, this book will haunt your nightmares. If you don't, the other books that I've suggested are also very good and less horror-ish. This is probably the darkest book in my collection. Feel free to pick it up. I got it at Barnes & Noble for $17. It's very good. You guys have a good one?